You probably clicked this video because you want to learn about Whetstone, right? Especially those diamond Whetstone that big YouTubers like Outdoor55 are raving about. If you have got a diamond Whetstone sitting in your Amazon cart right now because of that advice, sorry, but I have to break the mood a bit. Don't leave though. I'm here to save your money. Honestly, it makes me nervous to disagree with such a big YouTuber. I'm also a fan of Outdoor55 too. I learn a lot from him and I use diamond stone when I need to. But depending on your perspective, his recommendation might not fit certain groups, especially the group that uses knife most, the chef. For hobbyists or people who sharpen occasionally, Outdoor55 might be right. But for chefs, in busy restaurant working 10 hours a day, that advice might not be a good fit. This video might have a lot of explanation, but grab a coffee. After this, you will never waste money on the wrong stone again. I will break down why ceramic whetstone lasts 2 to 3 times longer than diamond one. Let's start with the type of stones. There are 4 main types of stones: the water stones, diamond, ceramic, and natural stones. First, let's push natural stone aside. I sold all of mine, so I have nothing to show you. This is for enthusiasts. They are very expensive, and you can't even tell the exact grit. We only know they are very fine. And we don't even use grit that fine very often. We are looking for gear that chefs actually need, so let's skip this. Also, skip the water stone, especially the one where you don't even know the brand. These cheap double-sided Whetstones has inconsistent grit, and the glue is so bad that the stone wear out before the knife even gets sharp. It's not that they don't sharpen at all, but they take too much time and the quality isn't there. Some recommended them for beginners to practice the sharpening, but that's even more confusing. You won't know if you are bad at sharpening or if the stone is just not working. If you already have one, just keep that in mind. But if you are planning to buy one, just skip it. So we are just gonna talk about the diamond stone and the ceramic whetstone. So to show why I don't recommend diamond whetstone for chef, I will explain the grit and the manufacturing process. Well, I'll keep it simple. First, you need to know the difference in how they are made. The diamond whetstones are electroplated. It's meaning they glue on layer of diamond particles onto a steel plate. On the other hand, ceramic stones are made by mixing ceramic particle with a binder and hardening them into a block. This manufacturing difference creates several changes. Next is grit. Grit is determined by the size of the particles. You've seen numbers like 320 or 1000 grits, right? But sometimes particles that don't match the grit gets mixed in. We call this grit contamination. To label a stone as a 1000 grit, the particle size just need to fall within a certain range. So there's no legal issue with the labeling. There are no international standards for grit, and the standard in Japan, the US, and the Europe are a little bit different. So the real technology of good brand is minimizing these grit deviations. Electroplating is the perfect condition to grit contamination to happen. It's easy to particle to clump on the surface. For ceramic stones, this isn't a big problem because the particles are already mixed together. But for the diamond stones, even if the particles are all the same size, if they clump together during electroplating, they become a big particle and stick out on the surface. These big particles are the main cause deep scratches when sharpening. Of course, brands like DMT or the Sharpening, which Outdoor55 recommended, control this process well to make high quality products. That's why they are highly rated. But even these brands can't avoid the downside of diamond stones, the particle loss. The diamond particles on the surface fall off due to friction during sharpening. They don't fall off all at once, but as they fall off one by one, the sharpening power drops. And diamonds do wear down because they are only one layer of the abrasive. You have to expect the sharpening power to decrease over time due to particle loss and wear. This decrease in power is the main reason I don't recommend them for chefs. For diamond stones, this loss of power is their lifespan. Camping knives or pocket knives are short compared to kitchen knives, right? Since the area being sharpened is small, the stone lasts longer. Hobbyists also sharpen their knives much less often than chefs, so they can choose diamond stone without worrying too much about the lifespan. But chefs sharpen several knives every 1 to 2 weeks, so they have to think about it. In my experience, when a ceramic stone lasts 2 to 3 years, a diamond stone usually don't last a year. I'm not saying diamond whetstone is wrong or that you should change it right now. It has clear benefits, but for chefs who handle knives every day, a tool that is just consistent and reliable is just more efficient than gear that lose its power over time. There are also bonded diamond stone, where diamond particles are hardened in the resin binder like regular stones. It seems like they fix all the downside, but they also have pros and cons. They are mostly for very hard steel, like above 65 local hardness, and the price is not at the level where we can talk about efficiency. Even super blue can be sharpened with the ceramic whetstones, so let's just skip those. To wrap it up, diamond stone have the best sharpening speed and don't need flattening. It's a great choice if you hate maintenance, but for a chef, the expected lifespan is less than half that of the ceramic whetstone. On the other hand, ceramic stone have great sharpening power, and while they need maintenance, it's much easier than just water whetstone, normal water whetstone. Just spend about 1 minute before and after use. Don't obsess over perfect flatness. If you are not perfectionist, 1 minute is enough. With that 1 minute, you can maintain the same sharpening power until the stone is gone. That's worth it, isn't it? In the end, the choice is yours. Do you want the convenience now or a tool that lasts years? Again, I'm not saying Outdoor 55 is wrong. His guide is great and optimized for the general public and the outdoor environment. I just wanted to show that for a chef fighting in the kitchen every day, there is more efficient way. If you want to avoid the double spending, ceramic whetstone is the answer. Instead of just looking at the products, looking at your own situation for better purchase. If this was helpful, please subscribe, and if you have questions, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, stay sharp.